Hi YouTube, my name is Rose and I'm too tired to pull out my tripod. Hi YouTube, my name is Rose and I'm autistic. As some of you might know and some of you might not know, April has been coined as April Awareness Month or Autism Acceptance Month. The term Autism Awareness Month was coined by places and organizations like Autism Speaks, which claims it is a charity organization, but they're kind of not. And by kind of, I mean really not. And Autism Acceptance Month was coined to combat the negative awareness, that's actually propaganda, that people put out during April for Autism Awareness Month. But I also think that completely doing away with the concept of awareness isn't a good idea, because I've actually met quite a few people who don't know what I mean or what I'm talking about when I say that I'm autistic. Autism is a developmental disability that essentially means that my brain wiring isn't really like everyone else's. It means that I'm very sensitive to sensory things, though not all autistics are sensitive to the same types of sensory stimulus. For example, smells don't bother me nearly as much as they might bother other people, and I don't really have as much visual stimulus as some others do. But sound and touch are something that I'm very attuned to. Maybe that's why I like stuffed animals so much. Different brain wiring also means that I connect things together differently than you. Two well-known autistic speakers, Landon Bryce and Laura Nadine, both say that they hear music in everything that they do. I really don't actually know what they mean by music. The way that I see the world is that I connect everything to things that I've read, like stories. So all the books I read and TV shows I watch and manga and anime that I consume, I am able to easier understand things if I can connect them to things that I can already relate to, like Harry Potter, Dragon Ball Z, Hannibal, anything like that, really. I am also not musically gifted, unlike some others I know. But I am very good at writing. And I didn't get my autism diagnosis until spring last year, so I've only had this diagnosis for almost a year by this point. Probably the reason it was so undetected was a combination of my parents being in denial or trying to find answers in different places, and the fact that girls are vastly underdiagnosed compared to boys, and because of being able to connect things to stories. Stories help people be empathetic towards things that they might not understand very well otherwise, and if I'm able to connect things that I haven't personally experienced to things that I've read, it's easier for me to understand what people are talking about and where they're coming from, even if I can't really put myself in their shoes without the use of stories. Some people will say I'm high functioning, but that's not really a thing. What I really want to show is that being autistic doesn't make me some sort of weird robot or alien creature or whatever it is you guys think we are, because Benedict Cumberbatch compares us to Frankenstein. Hugh Dancy and Brian Fuller insist that Will Graham can't be autistic because he likes animals? Have they met anyone who's autistic? I know a bird person, I know many cat people, I'm a dog person.
Say hi to the camera, Howie. Hi to the camera. You want some tummy rubs? You want tummy rubs?
There's some horse people. We really like animals, for the most part. Anyway, point is, we're not exactly who you think we are. You might have some things right, but for the most part, we're not people you understand very well. So while this video is mostly about just me, there are a lot of each autistic person is just as varied as every neurotypical person. Neurotypical means that your brain wiring is the same as everyone else who doesn't have a developmental disability or mental illness. And I'm probably missing some other stuff in there, maybe. So this video is essentially going to be about stuff that I like and care about. And maybe that can help you see that autistic people really aren't all that different from you.
This is my precious little doggy son. His name is Howie. He is my precious. He really likes his Pooh Bear toy. He plays with it a lot. And we made it to the dog park. Yay!
He's only really been here once before. We really don't let him off the leash if we're outside, but this is an enclosed area, so it's fine. He likes sniffing around. And he's a rescue dog. He's part Chihuahua, part Pomeranian, according to the paperwork. And he is my little furry son. He likes cuddles just like babies do. What you looking for, boy? Okay, so a little backstory about, let's say right now in April of 2015, I have a job as an educational interpreter at a theme park, and I live with my mom and my little sister. And now we're back at home because the 4-month-old Rhodesian Ridgeback couldn't behave himself. Oh well. Howie didn't like it that he was trying to bite his ears. Isn't he a cutie? Cutie patootie. I graduated college with a BA in theater, and I drive my car. And some of my favorite things are TV shows, mostly anime, and horror movies. So believe it or not, this is not my entire anime collection, but it is a decent chunk of it to demonstrate the variety. And that's my one live-action TV show that I'm really into right now, Hannibal. But I own all of the first series of Fullmetal Alchemist, and my favorite character is actually in the movie, and only the movie. Blue Exorcist, I got to write about that in my Catholicism and anime research paper. Death Note was also a part of that, as was Trigun. It and Yu Yu Hakusho are probably what I would say as the best anime I've ever seen. Of course, I also like Studio Ghibli. I also own Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie is the only part of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime that I own, but I have a few of the manga volumes. I have a Dark Magician deck. I'm a giant nerd and an empathetic sap who got a little too invested in the whole Heart of the Cards shtick that the first show, promotes, so I don't have the heart to get rid of them, even though they're damaged. Ouran High School Host Club, what teenage girl didn't like that in the 2000s? Oh, one of these is actually autographed by Vic Mignogna. Ta-da! It took 2 hours to get that. Hellsing's also in the research paper. I also like Hetalia. And Baccano is another favorite. Okay, except for all three Broly movies, this is all the Dragon Ball Z that I own. Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho were more or less responsible for me taking up martial arts, and I'm now a black belt in Taekwondo, and I really miss it. I wish I could have kept it up through college, but I couldn't because my dojo was so far away from my college, and I don't live where I used to live anymore, and I haven't had the money or opportunity to take up either the same one or another one yet. I'm hoping I'll be able to soon. As you can see, Vegeta Season 1 has the autograph of the Japanese voice actor for Vegeta. Dragon Ball Minus. I like Dragon Ball Minus because it gave us an identity for Goku's mother, but the TV special is definitely superior in terms of story quality. And yes, I own all of Yu Yu Hakusho. I wish the show was still good. It's not horror, but I love that show. Anthologies are nice. I think out of all of these, Fright Night is my favorite. Disney Channel surprisingly had a lot of good, child-friendly, scary movies for Halloween, and this is definitely one of them. And I loved this show when it came on Cartoon Network. Woo woo! I have the first 8. I can't wait to watch the Freddy vs. Jason, because Catherine Isabel, woot woot! I have Halloween 1 somewhere around here. And I also have American Mary and See No Evil 2 by the directed by the Soska sisters. This is the first movie that they made. The Soska sisters are amazing!